they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko.
Hello to all my fellow golf enthusiasts, and welcome to this week's special, very special episode of Graybo's Giblets. We have boiled down all the noise in the golf, podcast, and gambling universe in these 15-minute bite-sized giblets for you to consume on your way to work, on the treadmill, wherever you see fit. I am your host, Any One Time, joined by the newest full-time employee of Graybo Sports Cards, Graybo. Graybo, how you feeling, babe?
I feel great. School is over. My 11-year career of teaching is officially done. Feels weird, but feels great. Can't wait to get started at Graybo's. And ready to get into the U.S. Open this week, baby. Big tournament.
Nice. A funny little story, Gray. On Saturday, a guy came in the shop and asked Don and Fitz. He said to them, "So what do you guys do for a living?"
Right?
Yeah,
like, people are like, "You're leaving teaching to do what?" Yeah, well, I'm getting paid more than teaching.
Cool. Well, we are also joined by our producer, Ryan. Everyone thinks my name is Vince Fitz. How you doing, Vince?
Doing good. Never once ever corrected anybody either. Just let it roll.
Got to.
Graybo and Vince and I are joined by a very special guest this week, a legend in the world of golf, former Randolph-Macon golf coach, two-time club champion of the Dominion Club, my cousin from another husband, Timmy freaking Wehner. Welcome to the pod, Timmy.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me. Really happy to be here on Giblets. It's a big week for me. Obviously, on Giblets here, really thankful to be here, humbled by the experience. Also, it's U.S. Open week, Father's Day week. Got a big invite from the boys to go down to the lake, celebrate with some families. But most importantly, it is freezer clean-out week at the Wehner house, so really getting pretty creative in the kitchen. That's pretty exciting for me.
I can see you making meatballs with sausage in the same dish, possibly. Just empty the freezer.
It's wild.
Well, I'm very excited to have you here, Timmy, as is the rest of the crew. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know going into this week's U.S. Open at the beautiful and very interesting Los Angeles Country Club. We're going to give you some DFS plays, some one-and-done suggestions, our best outright winners, and our favorite play of the weekend, a segment we title, We Ride. Before we start, Gray, are you going to give us a course update of LACC?
I am going to give y'all the course update, but before we do that, we had to talk a little bit about last week. Did y'all see Nick Taylor? Did y'all watch it? Did you see the 70-foot putt live? Incredible.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm still stunned.
Incredible.
The Tommy outright is still very, very, very raw.
On this podcast, we had a pretty good week as far as who we picked. I think we had like second place, third place, fifth place, seventh place, ninth place. I don't think we had any Nick Taylor, though, correct?
I had a really good DraftKings week, but I didn't have any Taylor or Fleetwood. But your pick with Aaron Rye had a lot of him. And then, of course, I went heavy on Eric Cole and Hatton. So I had those three all over the place. So good week. Finally hit a best bet. All right. I had to give a shout out to Nick Taylor. We had to say something.
That's pretty cool.
We head out west to LACC, Los Angeles Country Club, for the U.S. Open. What's interesting this week, going to be very hard to make the cut. 60 in ties to make the cut this week instead of 65 in ties. And you saw the PGA, it was 70 in ties. So this is going to be difficult, already a hard freaking course. And now you only have the top 60 in ties making the cut. Par 70 plays about 7,400 yards. You have 3 par 5s, 5 par 3s, one playing about 290. And then there's another one playing about 80 yards. So very interesting. I know Tim is a big golf course guy, and he probably can go into more detail about these holes and stuff. But, 5 par 3s, 5 par 3s, 3 par 5s, the rest par 4s, and just some different holes and yardages that we'll see out here this week. The fairways are actually wider than usual, I was reading, but you have to hit your spots. because many fairways will run out into the rough. They'll run out into the bunkers. They talk a lot about it being like Augusta. The course is not flat and always be an awkward stance for a lot of these golfers. So very hilly. Some greens are big and some are small, but going to be real firm everywhere. It's Bermuda rough. Going to be thick. If you watch Twitter, you can see how thick the rough is going to be around the fairways and around the greens. So what you want to look for this week in a golfer is definitely total driving distance and accuracy as well. Long iron play. You're looking for probably around 175 to 200 on approach. Bogey avoidance. Pars are great this week. Pars are like birdies this week. Definitely scrambling. So your Patrick Reeds and Bermuda greens. Good putters, especially on Bermuda this week. Tim, anything to add to that?
They're actually bent greens. It's Bermuda everywhere else, though.
Oh, Bermuda everywhere else bent greens. Well, there you go.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see this place. It's I'm a little bit of a golf course architect nerd. We haven't seen a lot of this golf course, and nobody's seen it, right? A lot of the players have never played it before. Brooks Koepka talking today about how he just seen 9 holes yesterday. He went out to play the back 9 today. I always think that you mentioned the Twitter thing, Gray. I always think it's funny when people go out into the rough and then they drop a ball straight down into rough from only 8 inches away. No golf shot actually lands in rough like that, so it makes it look a little bit more treacherous than it is. But yeah, I mean, following Twitter, following a lot of these interviews, so far the players are raving about the golf course. I think it's going to provide a lot of variety. Like you said, there's a 290-yard par 3, which actually the hole before it is actually a 275 par 4. So, or it plays about 275. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be wacky. It's going to be manic. There's going to be birdies. There's going to be bogeys. I'm excited to see it. I'm really interested. If you've ever been to Augusta, you can't quite have as much of an appreciation for it on TV as far as the undulation. And I've heard the same comparisons about Los Angeles Country Club with undulation. So I'm hoping we get a really good perspective of what the golf course is bringing on the television.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Or is Graybo's flying me out there just for thanks for being on the pod?
Let's see how you do. Okay. We'll talk incentives at the end here. Well, yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, everything I've heard about the course has got me excited to watch. So let's dig into the DFS picks. So our first category is chalk, 9K and up. Ray, who do you like up top?
Yeah, I'm just every week. I know he's expensive, but every week I'm going to go to him. Scotty, and it'll always be Scotty for me. And the reason I'm going to go up to him is I just love the 7K range. You can play a lot of golfers with him as well. And I don't have to say anything about Scotty. We know how good he is. I mean, if he could frickin' putt, he'd win every tournament. So hopefully he gets the putter going this week, and he's going to be right there in contention. Koepka's priced up this week. I know I got to make a stand, and I'm going to be off Koepka this week. Y'all are probably going to be all over him. But for DraftKings at 10-8, definitely fading Koepka this week, and hope Scotty can ship one. Love me some Scotty.
Fitz, are you on the Scotty train?
No, but I'm glad Gray's on the reading ahead train. I'm going to go with Koepka at 10-8. One, because he's projected single-digit ownership, which is just outrageous for a guy who clearly is a major hunter. And he's going to play well on a course like this. That's long, par 70. He thrives on courses like this, so I'm all in on Koepka. I'm also going to sprinkle a little Spieth in there at 9,200 because why not?
Okay. Timmy, who do you like 9K and up?
Yeah, I love the Jordan Spieth pick. I think when I was just talking about the golf course, it sounded a little manic, and he's obviously a lunatic. So I think he will play well at this golf course. He's also been on a little bit of a hot streak, and he seems healthy. Also love Cam Smith. Seems like he's been forgotten about since he went to live. I think there's a lot of value there at 9K. And I think he's gonna have a great week. Had a very kind of a backdoor top 10 of the PGA, playing well.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the Koepka train. I think I'm sad I missed out on the original Koepka train not that long ago. I'm betting on him going on one of these like 6 straight major binges where he's at top 5, always in competition. So taking Koepka, I might sprinkle a little bit on Hovey Baby as well. because he's going to win one of these bad boys, and he's been nipping at it. So why not here? Okay, 7 to 9K in that value range. Great. Who are you grabbing in that range?
Yeah. So for the 7K, gonna stick with good form. It's gonna have good form going into this tournament, this course. Rose coming off another good week, just a really great year. Him and Fowler, after disappearing for a couple years, have really started to play well this year. He kind of fell off last week on Sunday, but he looked good for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna go Rose at 7,700. He will be popular. But you can get different elsewhere. And then in the 8Ks, I mean, I really don't like the 8Ks a lot. A lot of these guys are not in good form right now. So you could get different and play a lot of guys here. But I will have some DJ at 8,300 just for that price. I mean, he's a boom bust guy. He has that, those major wins. And also, he has winning upside at that number. So I will have some DJ. Even though I don't love the 8K.
Fitz.
I'm going to go with Burnsy at 8,200. Again, I think he's probably going to be pretty low owned. Everybody hates him right now, including me, after missing the cut at the Canadian Open by a stroke. But he can putt pretty well on bent grass, so I'm going to go with Burnsy. And then also going to go with Captain America, Patrick Reed at 7,500. I think he also thrives in kind of these unknown competitions. Can play well in majors, and if he gets that that putter start to work and he gets hot, watch out.
Timmy, who you like in this range?
I like my homie Hideki Matsuyama. He's makes a ton of cuts. He's got 6 top 20s this year. Seems to play well in the majors this year. Top 30. In top 30 in the PGA and a top finish there at the Memorial last week or 2 weeks ago, excuse me. He just seems to play hard golf course as well because he hits the ball so dang well. And then also, we're talking about this golf course being Bermuda, looking a lot like Augusta. Love my Georgia boys. Russell Henley is a guy that I think is kind of flying under the radar. Single-digit ownership projection. 7,100. I think he's a cat. I actually kind of like him round one leader bet plus 6,500 as well. I don't know. Look out for it. Could be wild. He hits the ball great. He can get his putter going. And like I said, Bermuda is his friend. Knows how to play it.
Love that pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the little bit of Fowler, a little bit of Patty Reed. I like this idea that Fowler's coming back and he's going to be.
I love the Fowler pick, by the way.
He
stole it from me.
7K range is loaded.
Yeah,
it really is. I was surprised to see Fowler that cheap and Patty Reed that cheap. So Patty Reed is, love him or hate him. Most people hate him, but solid golfer. He's going to be in 14th place or better come Sunday. I'll guarantee it. So, all right, now for digging deep at the bottom of the barrel, sub 7K. Great. What kind of bargains are you finding down there?
Yeah, first I want to give honorable mention shout out to guys that are right around 7K. Of course, I'll be going back to my boy Eric Cole just at 7K, and then Justin 7,100. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he played at USC, right? You know where right? So he's a California boy, and has been popping. So I liked him this week too. So I mean, this 7K range, I'm just gonna live in it. But if you have to go to the 6K range, I would not go less than 6,500 at all. Try to stop at the 6,900. Patrick Rogers is going to be my guy here. Made the cut at the PGA and Memorial, which are tough courses. So that's who I'm going to go with this week in the 6K range.
Tim, I forgot to warn you that when there's a course in Texas, Gray and Fitz will take somebody who's first they'll take somebody who grew up at that course, which makes sense. Then they'll take somebody who lived one town over, and then they'll take somebody who went to college at SMU. And so it was only a matter of time.
It's just it was an added bonus he played at USC.
I know. It's only a matter of time until one of y'all said something about USC, UCLA, LA. Max
LA,
Homa
all
hasn't
of
been
it,
mentioned yet. I can't believe Max
Well,
Homa hasn't been mentioned yet.
wait till my
yeah. Outright
bets.
picks. Yeah.
Right. All right. So Fitz, you got a freshly rested who in this
I'm
range?
going back to the well. Full transparency, I'm definitely not playing anybody under 7K this week. I think starting at Kepka or lower, there's just a lot of good guys like Gray said in the 7K and up to 8K range. So, but I do have a contractual obligation to mention Sam Stevens in every single episode. So we'll run with Sam Stevens at 6,600 here. He has also traveled to and spent time in California in his past, so I like him for those reasons.
He might be related to Cat
I love
Stevens.
it.
We can't confirm
If
nor
he,
deny.
dude, if he can putt, man, like that's a good price for him.
All right,
And
Timmy, who do you like under 7?
Yeah, so when you're thinking about U.S. Opens, you either think about guys who bomb it and can get it close and they have shorter irons, and it doesn't matter if it's in the rough, or you got the old crafty folks with a bunch of experience. And I don't know, I'm just loving the ball strikers, not necessarily the bombers this week, and then experience is coming into play for me. I love Brian Harmon. I know he hasn't been having the best season, but he's another Georgia boy. That kind of Augusta thought, the Bermuda grass. He's made 5 straight U.S. Open cuts. He loves hard events. He loves USGA events. I think he won the U.S. Junior back in, I don't know, when I was 9 probably. And yeah, I just love him. Little crafty lefty. Look out for him this week.
Okay. I didn't find anybody I liked. I'm just going to take Adam Hadwin since he got leveled on the 18th green on Sunday. I'm sure y'all saw that video. I laughed at that.
That was hilarious.
There's like 5 different angles that are just perfect.
It's unbelievable. It was a great
Have you
form
ever
tech.
Have
Shout
you ever
out to
experienced
Security
anything where you just had so much joy and then all of a sudden you're just all flat on your ass?
I love
man.
that security guard's mindset. Wait, 8 guys rolling up, but 1 guy spraying champagne. I better tackle that guy.
So did y'all see it live? Like,
Yeah.
y'all watch it live? So live, like you saw the champagne, and it was just the caddy and Nick Taylor hugging, and you see the caddy yelling, like you thought it was like a crazy fan, but he was yelling because it was Hadwin, like get off my guy. Like it was so fun. I was like, oh my god, there's a fan just rushing the green.
Yeah.
Did you see his wife's tweet about it? She was like in true Canadian. And
he apologized.
To the security officer for tackling him. It's pretty good.
He when he got to the U.S. Open in his locker, he was like a hard hat. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, they had a couple hard hats and said we got your protection.
Oh,
that's
man.
hilarious.
Great.
Yeah, his wife sent a couple funny tweets about the whole event. She was roasting him pretty good. It was funny.
But I like Hadwin at 6,900. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? It'd be a great
if he's
story.
If he's not banged up.
Yeah, really. Okay, let's roll into one and done. Fitz, you want to give us our one and done results from last week?
Yeah, so not a whole lot of movement. Gray stays put in 4th. Duke is, I don't know if this is up or down, but you're in 69th. Nice. And I drop a few spots, I believe, down to 78th, but again, still ahead of Shane Heskett, which is all that I'm really going for at this point. And there is a guy in the pool named Tim. He's an 80th. It's not our team.
I'm struggling now.
But Tim will be picking for that Tim this week, and we'll be sending that pick into Boost.
Tim, I think it's actually Tim from when he was in the pool 5 years ago, and he just hasn't made a pick since, and he's still in 80th, only 2 spots behind him.
That's probably.
He's the one that keeps getting negative points for not picking.
Yeah, and he's still gaining ground on me somehow. It makes no sense.
It's only 2 spots worse than when I was paying attention and making picks.
I spent a lot of time on this too, which is embarrassing.
We have a whole podcast about this, and
we have a whole entire podcast that people are supposed to be listening to for your advice.
Yeah.
All right, Gray. Who are you taking in one and done this week?
Yeah, big week, big purse. Another major. Been saving Rom Daddy for this week. Going to take Rom, try to gain some ground, and see what happens.
Are we? I'm a first timer on the pod. Are we allowed to talk shit about picks?
Yes,
sure.
Because Rom looks like an emotional mess out there. I'm worried about his ability. I was going to pick him because I think he plays tough golf courses really well and can move it everywhere. But he just looks like he's ready to cry. He just gave an interview this afternoon where he's like,
"Is that going to live?"
he's upset about management and distrust. I think he may have a tough week controlling his emotions.
Damn, I might switch my pick.
You might have to switch it.
I'm glad we brought Tim on.
Those Spaniards are so passionate.
So passionate, and it works well when it works well, but it just, when it's going bad, it can spiral down. Sorry, Graybo, didn't mean to shit on your pick.
Now you're in my head. I don't know what to do.
All right, Fitz, we'll get nervous. You might spend your pick, so Fitz, who are you taking?
Yeah, no, I'm also nervous. I do already have an outright on Rom, like I have on half the field, which I know we'll get to in the next segment.
You
But
can see my list.
FanDuel at least doesn't cash you out like at half the odds. They give you your money back before it starts, so I might have to cash that one out. But one and done this week. Again, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with Scotty Scheffler because I just got to start getting some dollars next to my name. So he'll probably miscut, but we'll go for him.
Okay, so a Ron pick and a Scotty pick. And Tim, I know you don't do one and dones traditionally, but if you were to do one, who would you take this week?
Victor Hovland. Mostly because he's got huge biceps, and I respect that.
Call him Hogland.
It's a great Hovey baby. So this guy, my dad used to really mispronounce a lot of names and words. That was one of his things. He called this guy Brooks Kopacka, and so that's who
I
I'm
like
taking.
that better.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know if you were calling. I didn't know if it was Jordan Spitz or Brooks Kopacka. Yeah.
Jordan Spitz and Brooks Kopacka. But you knew what he meant. You knew exactly what he meant. It's a challenging name if you've never seen it before. Trying to work that one through. All right, so now let's get into the fun part. The outright winners. The kind of bets where you can almost win 100-1 bet and then lose by a stroke and cry yourself to sleep. So Tim, last week I had Aaron Rye at 100-1, and he came in
100-1.
Say what?
Beautiful. It was awesome to watch.
Right now,
I was,
and he lost
rooting for you, man.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure it was awesome up until the very end.
Yeah,
when it sucked.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? Because it's like, the 18th is a par 5, and you're like, there's too many guys behind him that are like, he was in tied for first because he birdied 18, and you're like, well, Fleetwood found a way. We'll talk about that, Fitz, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Fitz is cursed.
All right, well, who's going to break our hearts this week? Let's see. Gray, who are you betting this week?
Yeah, I'm just laughing because when we do this, like, I saw just these great golfers and these good numbers, and I just started clicking. At first, like, Justin Thomas at 50-1 on DraftKings, he's been so bad. I know he's been so bad. Probably going to miss the cut this week, but at 50-1, I'm going to take that. We'll probably never see that again unless he keeps playing like he is. I mean, he looks like me putting out there. Homa, got to go, the hometown narrative. Homa at 35-1. And a lot of guys got him at like 60. Like, my advice for betting majors is, do it like a year in advance. They have it out, and people got Homa at like 70-1, 60-1. I got him at 35. Still like that number. Spieth, I like that Tim's behind him and Fitz is behind him, so at 30-1 on DraftKings. Morikawa 36-1 on FanDuel. DJ 41-1 on FanDuel. Cam Smith 30-1 on FanDuel. I mean, these are great numbers. All guys that have won on tour, majors even. And then I used my DraftKings boost to get Hovland bumped up from 18 to 21-1. Got a bunch of guys this week, man.
It's fun. This is why we play the game.
This I just started clicking. I was like, man, I haven't bet this many people in a while.
Fitz, how many times did you click this week?
At least double what Gray just read off. But I will, for brevity's sake, I'll narrow it down.
I had to give it all out there, Fitz.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I'll be bragging about whichever one hits for me next episode when I've found a way to still lose $200. I'm going to start at the top. Koepka. I'm going to use the DK boost to get that to 14-1. We've already talked about that. Spieth, 30-1. I saw that. Actually, got that at shorter odds. I saw that it's moving the right direction, which is I might have to double down on it now. JT also 50-1. I mean, that's just one of those bets that if he is contending and you don't have him at 50-1, you're just going to be kicking yourself. I agree. Like, if he missed the cut, it wouldn't shock me either. And then the long shot, I'll go with Mito. I saw him at 120 to 1. Hopefully that's some like hedge equity if he's there late on Sunday.
I
Very
heard
nice.
his name. I heard him get some buzz. Like 120 to 1.
Timmy.
That's pretty.
Timmy, are you going to take a gander at a couple bets this week on outright winners?
Yeah. Were we supposed to pick a long shot?
No,
No, it's-
No, you can pick whatever.
All right. Well, I got Spieth. I didn't get quite as good odds there as Fitzy did, so I'm angry at him. But then I just completely ignored odds and just followed Graybo's advice on the hometown squad and went with Cantlay, 17 to 1, and Xander at 19 to 1. I actually like Xander to win over Cantlay, and he's got worse odds, so I really like that pick. Actually, he's coming into form. Again, he's got that California blood, and Cantlay.
Hey Tim, if you were
Cantlay can be a wuss sometimes.
if you were going to take a long shot, who do you like? I'm interested. Like
How long we looking? I mean, like Shane Lowry, is that? I mean, that's probably not far enough.
Give us
Far
one
enough down.
75.
I mean, just like a sleeper, and it doesn't even have to be the odds. Like, do you have like a good sleeper out there?
I mean,
we can always come back to you and hear Duke.
Well,
but-
yeah. Come back to me.
all right.
While he's thinking about that, you mentioned Cantlay and Graybo. You mentioned Homa. Did you know? We all know about Homa being from there, and he has the course record. Did you know
Right.
that he broke Patrick Cantlay's course record?
Did not.
Look, that's a giblet, guys. Okay,
It is.
Look
it
at
is
that.
a
Look at that
giblet.
giblet.
That's a giblet.
It's also a lot different golf course.
I thought you were
a
going
lot
to say also a
Totally.
lie. I didn't fact check it
Totally.
either.
You didn't check. Yeah.
All right. While Timmy's looking for his long shot,
Different.
I'm going to bet Koepka 11 to 1 because I think he's going to win it. I'm sticking to my chalky picks. I'm taking a little bit of Hovland at 18 to 1. And then I guess somebody updated my. So before I'd say this name, if I told you, hey, there's a guy out there who's come in the top 5 of 2 of the last 3 U.S. Opens, and he's 250 to 1, would you sprinkle a little money on that? Well, his name is Harris English. Place your bets, gentlemen.
And I have a.
Duke, you're telling me if they play this 250 times, he's not going to win it once?
Yeah, I don't think he's going.
Well,
Dude.
hey, the same. That's like the Justin Thomas logic too, right? It's like he's not playing well now. Is he going to win this week? No. But if they happen to play it 50 times, like you gave him 50 tries, could JT sneak one out? Yeah, I think so. And so, Harris English.
Do you know who Harris English's matchup is with DraftKings tournament matchup?
I'm listening.
Even number. Eric Cole.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
That
a
means
fun
that they must like him.
Fitz or Gray. Do you want to have a little side bet on that? My guy against your guy.
Yep. I'm 0-2 against you. I need to get
Okay.
some redemption.
Stay
I still owe you 2 units.
Okay, so you want to bet
Danny.
1 unit on that?
Oh, finish up.
Unit on that. My unit.
Okay. All right, Fitz or
Danny.
Tim, did you hit your long shot yet?
Well, first of all, you know why I love that pick?
Why?
You know where he's from?
Dayton, Ohio.
Georgia.
He's a bulldog.
Georgia. Valdosta, Georgia.
He's used
I
to
think.
that undulation
That's right.
in Bermuda.
I hope Valdosta's right because that's a
Very
weird one
nice.
to call out if it's not right. Can you fact check me on that one, Graybo? Is he really from Valdosta?
Beautiful
Sure.
part of the country.
I know it.
Uh,
I know he's a Georgia bulldog. I can't tell you
Yeah.
what city he's from.
All right. Long shot is like Adam Scott, 75 to 1. Is
Yeah,
that long shot? Like that's kind of wild odds
That's
right there.
yeah.
Like, I'm not
How-
sure I noticed that. I'm not sure I noticed that yet. We should be hammering that. We should absolutely hammer that.
All right, I can dig it. Okay, so this last segment we call it "We Ride," and it's our singular best bet of the weekend. This is where we're actually going to put real money down. We're going to track our results. We're going to let you know how we do, good or bad. So, Fitz, why don't you give us a little update on where we stand 9 weeks in now on our big bets?
Yeah, big hit for the logo man with Eric Cole, top 20 at 210. Stops the bleeding for himself and for the pod. He's only down 2 units over the 9 weeks. He's celebrating. He's happy for the listeners that can't see him. Thagala, back-to-back betrayals. He burned me there, so I'm only up a half unit. Denny hits Connors on the number for a near even money top 20. He's up a quarter unit. So Tim, if you're counting, that's collectively we're down 1.39 units.
Brought us back, baby.
Almost
Eric?
$1.5 million we're down, but we a few more to get back.
Yeah,
Make sure to pay my side of that.
Eric Cole.
Speaking of millions of dollars, do you guys know the initiation fee for LACC?
that's a lot.
$500,000.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah.
They have about 700 members out there, so I guess that's not that many.
That's a lot.
Well, that's what this one thinks. So.
How many?
Well, that's like one of those places where if you have,
I guess they have 2 courses there, really, right? So yeah, Dominion Club has like 520 golfing members, so 700 for 2 courses probably isn't that many.
You are the champion, and you're the champion.
It's about the same, right, for initiation?
Dominion Club is about the same. I'm just they're letting me finance it over 2 years at no interest, so I should be fine.
Should be fine. It's one of those places.
Did you also know that
if you have to ask, then it's too expensive for you. You know what I mean?
there's a lot of good giblets about this place. The Playboy Mansion, you can hear
It's
it.
on, yeah.
Like
Hole
13 or 14. Yeah, 14.
Hole
Yeah,
14.
Hear it?
yeah, like because they have
gonna
like
be-
weird animals and
It's
stuff.
going to be women in cages.
Yeah, I don't think that. Hopefully, that doesn't happen because that would just be horrible. We had to see that on the golf course, Graybo.
All right,
yeah.
let's move into our best bets of this week. How do we feel about that? Gray, where are you putting your hard-earned dollars this week?
Yeah, I'm going back to Scotty. T5 plus 163 on Barstool is my lock of the week.
165, 163 on Barstool. Fitz, who's your bet?
I'm actually going to make a pivot here, but I'm still going to say my original, which was Patrick Reed, top 20, plus 260 on bet 365. I'm actually going to pivot, though. I'm not taking that. I'm going to go with a parlay. Rom, top Spaniard, and Siwoo, top South Korean, plus 368 on DraftKings to try to make up some ground.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Say that one more time for me.
That is John Rahm, top Spaniard. There's like no other Spaniards. Like Sergio is the closest one.
Yeah.
Even though now Tim's got me shook, I still think he can beat out Sergio. And then Siwoo, top South Korean. That's a parlay. He's got to basically beat out
Sungjae and Tom Kim.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I'm not worried about Tom.
All right.
There's one more. Who's the other one? No, it was Matsuyama, but he's Japanese. It was top Asian was the category I saw.
Yeah. All right, Timmy. What's your best bet of the week?
All right, had to go for broke here because I know Fitz and I are losing, and actually I have nothing to lose here. So I liked Raham, Koepka, and Rory all top 20 plus 340 on FanDuel. There's also another one I like that's insane that I put $13 on. It's Rory, Victor, Fleetwood, all top 10 plus 3,200.
Wow.
Rory, Victor, and Tommy Fleetwood, all top 10 plus 3,200.
That's not. Where'd you get that?
On FanDuel.
Tim, talk about Rory. Why isn't anyone talking about him this week?
I can't figure it out. I really can't. We didn't mention him once today, which is wild to me.
Can't hit a wedge.
Well, he can hit a wedge, and in a U.S. Open, if you hit a wedge to 40 feet, which is what he does, that's okay. You just got a 2-putt, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still like him. I mean, I picked him in somehow, some way, he's going to get into a top 20, top 15, top 10 position. Even if he does it in a backdoor, you know, he has those great Sundays when he's way out of it, and he ends up doing a backdoor top 15, top 10. It just happens. If he can make the cut, just look out for him. Bet him on the weekend to end up in the top 15.
I like it.
Yeah.
Always backdoors.
All right, well, I'm just going to keep riding the Harris English train. I'm getting Harris English top 40 plus 155. I'm getting plus money on a sure thing, which sounds bizarre to me, but we're gonna
loves
take that.
those top 40s.
All right, boys and girls. Well, that's the end of our journey today. Timmy, since you're a special guest, do you have any closing thoughts for the children as we roll into U.S. Open week?
Just leave your fathers alone if they want to drink a beer and watch the Sunday afternoon golf. I love it. I love it when the U.S. Open is out west because you're going to have golf till 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
On your television Thursday, Friday, and maybe even Saturday. I think they do the late tee times too. So it's just going to be amazing. I love it. Enjoy your weekends. Thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it. It's been very fun.
Yeah, Timmy, we appreciate you joining us. We are going to have a special guest in our card shop this weekend, Mr. Paul Hickey with Sports Card Strategy. So if you're a Richmond person, pop into the shop on Saturday and say hello to Paul, very special guest. We're streaming 5 nights a week on Drip. You can email us at info@graybos.co. Follow us on the gram at graybos_cards. Our card shop is located at 214 East Grace. We appreciate you riding with Graybos. Giblets.
Thanks, Timmy.
Thanks, y'all.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Gray was on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?